Let's look at all the action figures from the Pee-wee's Playhouse action figure line, made by Matchbox, of all things. The TV show started in 1986, and these toys are marked with 1988. So we'll take a look at every figure that came out, and we got the Playhouse Playset itself. I have the one from my childhood. I was like, 2 or 3 years old at the most. So there's a few missing things, but we'll be able to see everything that was included in that playset, and we'll get to look at all the figures that I owned as a kid. So we can really only start with one man. One man that defies description. We got Pee-wee Herman himself with a poseable action figure as seen on TV. This was definitely a very versatile figure since it was his appearance in all his movies and other things he did as well. A good one to have. Mine, of course, a little beat up. Again, it's very old. Look how worn it is on the back of the head. All the black paint worn off, but pretty cartoony kind of like toyish appearance. I mean, these are not like ultra realistic in any way, but he came with a cloth jacket. You could take this off, just see his like white undershirt and stuff. Pretty good movement in the arms. We got like full shoulder and then just the elbow. But we'll see why he has that really good articulation in a second here. We just can sit and bend the knees here. Plug holes in the bottom of the feet. The head turns, it's a little rough. You can tell I played these a lot. I have another one that I clearly played with too much and they had to like tape his arms back together. I broke them or something. And his jacket is a lot more dirty looking. I must have took it all over the place. I think I do remember even holding it like when we were grocery shopping. This one traveled all over with me. So we got another one. They must have been pretty cheap. I think the price tags say they were like $4 brand new, but there's a lot of markdowns where they were half that, $2 or even less, probably some places. There are two versions of Pee-wee's coat. There's kind of a flat one where the handkerchief is just kind of a white painted on decal, even like some of the pockets, and there's not really a collar. So there's a more simple one, and then there's the other one that has kind of separate cloth pieces put on to do things like the little white handkerchief and the pockets, and it's got the collar. So it seems like that one's a little more detailed. Of course, it's my older one that's more dirty. But a difference there, and then I think my one in the package is actually the more detailed one. So could have a nice fresh one of the best version of Pee-wee. Oh, he does have a little swivel at the waist. I wish I could do a better Pee-wee impression, but I can't. But we got the man. This is like what makes this whole collection worth having. We got Pee-wee. So the articulation comes in handy because he has his scooter from the Pee-wee's Playhouse show, not his bike from the film Pee-wee's Big Adventure or anything, but it has the pegs at the bottom so he can really stand firmly on it. And then that articulation really helps him hold the handles of the bike. So I believe this was sold in a 2-pack, which is probably where I got this second Pee-wee figure anyway. And I believe one scooter does come with the Playhouse Playset as well, in case you just bought the figure and then it would come with one instead of having to buy the 2-pack. Because you can see this one was taped together too, kind of played with it too much. So I do have the other one that probably came with the Playhouse, but then I've lost the flag on the back. And then this looks like it's glued in from being repaired from me playing with it way too much. We're getting very sleepy. So he would always end the show, he'd like drive off in his scooter, or fly off practically too. But the best accessory with that 2-pack was his helmet that looks totally crazy and decked out with all the crazy stuff that was on there. You can see all the different colors and like markings and weird things he glued onto the helmet and stuff. So it's pretty unique to the show that he'd wear this insane helmet. I see you. I thought it was pretty detailed. A lot of paint, different colors and stuff on that one. So Pee-wee has all his stuff. He's got his helmet, bike. Do actually have one mint on the card that's all clean and new. I'm pretty tempted to just open it up and have it. Now we could probably throw one of these on a bike and have this nice one up front of my little collection of these. Pretty tempting. But at least I had a good example I could show you guys here in this video with this one. Heavily played with, but a classic. There were the basic figures. But then in the same scale, there was other ones like the wind-up figures that just fit alongside, but they were characters that they would have like some action. So we have Conky, the robot that would give the word of the day. So he kind of is very movement oriented, just like in the show. He's very like pee-wee-wee, pee-wee-wee. But he has his arms that go around And of course the head. It's kind of designed just to do a lot of jangling and stuff as it moves. But we have the wind-up, because he has his wheels at the bottom. Not sure how strong it is after all this time. He can move a little bit. But I think there was supposed to be more like motion to him with... Yeah, I think it's supposed to kick this up so he kind of does his wobble a lot more, but these are very old, so forgive some of their lack. But here it's printed with 1987, so they might have got made. Maybe that was a later run. I kind of figured, I thought these came out a lot sooner with the show, but made in Macau, not China, so you were using different places to get the toys made. That was the wind-up figures that were basically the same thing. It's just that these had features that were like the wind-up toys. Like an old-style toy that Pee Wee'd always like to have when he was doing all the late-night talk shows and stuff like that, too. So he got to have his own. And they fit right in the line just fine. I gotta, like, wait for this to run out so it doesn't make any noise. Please stop, Conky. Okay, thank you. So the other wind-up characters were Pterri. Pterri the pterodactyl. He looks pretty cool. Just a cool way, like they would have just had the character, but then this just gives them an action and stuff, so you can crank him up here. Oh, he has a lot of motion there. Whoa. He kind of steps and then waves his wings just a little bit there. Whoa, a little wave. Pterri was always very scared of everything, and Randy always bullied me. Calm down, Pterri. It was pretty cool. They got quite a few of the characters made so you can really populate a collection. We'll get to see them all together at the end. It's going to look really awesome. The last wind-up figure is Magic Screen, which again, I played with these so much. This one, like, it looks like the tab broke off, so I had to get tape so I could kind of keep playing with it. But on wheels, and has that really cool, like, moving image kind of thing. Kind of represent the Magic Screen stuff. People would see like crazy stuff on there. On Magic Screen, he's a screen, he's a TV, walk around. Hey, oh god, the arm's already fallen off. Luckily, most of these are just kind of like lock in place bits, but pretty screen accurate, you know, for the time. These wacky puppets. They were in Puppet Land, so everything, that's why there was living objects, I guess, for Pee Wee's Playhouse. It's Magic Screen, guys. It's related to Magic Johnson. I mean, for real. It really is. It's a real thing in the show. But they jump into Magic Screen stuff. I think he showed Penny cartoons as well. No action figure of Penny, but she just kind of existed like digitally in the show. She didn't like show up. But Magic Screen, I doubt he's going to function very good since it is broken. Oh yeah, he kind of did like a scoot walk. Pretty sweet, really. They had cool functions. I mean, they didn't just roll or walk. I mean, there's a little more. There's a lot of design in this. The arms move all crazy. That was a favorite of mine. That's why it ended up broken, because I probably played with it way too much. So back to the main characters, the main human figures. We got Cowboy Curtis here, who is so detailed with his costume. Like, they went crazy with this every bit. Like his cowhide, like chaps, the boots have like the tiniest little details on there. We got the spurs all the way up. So many different colors make him up. I think those are deadly mold spores that will probably kill me by the end of this video. Because again, these were packed up for so long. They are kind of sticky to the touch. I washed them off the best I could, but I mean, this old plastic on the old toys, it just kind of gets sticky sometimes, so. But the face, of course, again, a little cartoony, because they are older figures, but arms just go around, but then the legs, he does get a little articulation there in the knee. But he's not complete without his cowboy hat that also has deadly spores of mold that will probably do a lot of damage to my property. But it's worth it so Cowboy Curtis can have his hat. Well, gosh almighty, Pee-wee, you're starting to believe. Okay, yes, it was Lawrence Fishburne as the actor for Cowboy Curtis on the show, okay? Hey, it's The Matrix. The funniest thing I ever heard of. So anyway, he was awesome. He was always there. And he got way too good of an action figure for this time. Holy crap, it is good. I'm thinking, how exactly did I play Pee-wee's Playhouse? Why did I have these all the time? I don't know. Not your typical superhero action stuff, but he's one cool cowboy. And we have the king of cartoons. He'd come with his grand entrance. We'll get to see the flowers in the playhouse once we get to that. But it's the king of cartoons. Oh, yes. Not complete without his crown, which again gets quite a lot of colors and things added to it. Boom, the king is here. Now the Playhouse also comes with like the TV that they would have watched the cartoons on. He doesn't have a remote to hold, but I guess that would have been too small. But Pee-wee's Playhouse dug up these really awesome old cartoons that I never really saw anywhere else play. So I don't know how he got those, but always cool to see a quick one. A lot of them were edited to be shorter to fit into the show, so it's worth like finding the list of all the cartoons and maybe trying to find the full versions of them. A lot of early animations there that were really awesome. A lot of amazing backgrounds and stuff in them too. Thank you, King of Cartoons, for bringing us literally 5 minutes of cartoons at the most during Pee-wee's Playhouse. Wow, the king is here. This makes me want like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood action figures the way this looks. He just seems like a character from that show too. I guess because King Friday was in that. We even have Miss Yvonne, the most beautiful woman in Puppet Land, which I guess is some kind of achievement in a way. I think the ladies had like different packaging. They had like pink at the top. Here she, in the package here, we can see her like giant bouffant like 1950s hair. But somebody has styled mine. I swear it wasn't me as a kid. Had to have been my sister. Gave her like a tie. It looks pretty nice like this with the hair up. She did change her hairstyle a few times maybe on the show. So looks pretty cool. But you can see how the figure's supposed to look in the packaging. So a little bit less articulation on the ladies, but wow, pretty risque for the kids show with the figure. It's supposed to have the cloth skirt on though, so I have that piece so we can see like the polka dots at the bottom. Even got like fishnet inside. Hey, catch a fish. It's not even elastic hardly, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get these. I don't know if I can get these hips through this. Oh my gosh. Get those high heels through there. Ugh. Okay, you can get it on, but kind of stretches it a little bit to do that, so don't recommend taking it off. But even she has some nice details in the necklace. I don't know what you're looking at. Some makeup and earrings and stuff on the face. I mean, pretty like Barbie doll style face, really, but little bracelet there. A main character on the show, and pretty cool just to have some ladies. Pretty variety of cast members, you know, like I had these early on and these were like my favorite action figures early on, like loved having them all, so variety is the spice of life. I didn't have any aversion to any of the characters. I just liked to have them all because I saw them on the show that I watched on TV. Miss Yvonne! Ah! We got a similar situation here with Reba, the mail lady. Not standard issue U.S. mail outfit. She even came with 2 soft goods things here. We got the skirt we can put on, and she even has the cloth mail bag that I swear had letters. But I really almost don't want to open up my Minto card one to see. I thought I remember it having pieces, but pretty cool. She was like decked out with stuff. And she has the actual like mail logos from the time and stuff. Has her uniform. Pretty cool. Cloth goods, even just on like a simple like kids show. Certainly makes the figure pretty awesome with all the details like that. Reba the mail lady. She delivered Pee-wee's mail. Although he would pretty much target her to make say the word of the day so everybody would scream at her. So she didn't want to put up with Pee-wee's bull crap. The actress on the show, you'd see maybe be more familiar with her from Terminator 2. She was the wife of Miles Dyson. Listen to me very carefully. Oh my god. If you can't tell, I'm a robot. Oh, could you get that for me? No. Anyway, she looks freaking awesome. So, and then we have Ricardo, everybody's favorite. Oh, goal! What? He looks really bad. That's way too red of lips for him. I'm not sure what happened there with Ricardo, but anyway, he was obviously the soccer player. He was like the one that would tell Pee-wee, you know, like exercise and eat right and stuff, so you could play sports. He didn't come with any accessories. He was just like, it's Ricardo. Like, all right. He's super buff and huge. He just finished a red popsicle, and his lips are very red. I'm not familiar with soccer, so I don't know. Is he on a team? I assume this is soccer-y style socks and shoes. Ricardo, everybody. Hey, okay. Thank you, Ricardo. Bye. Yeah, pretty good. So also strangely in the ladies' packaging is Cherry. This is a packaged action figure of Cherry, who is, yes, a chair. And yes, it says, pose me, poseable on the It's a non-posable figure. It's just an accessory. It's a chair. That's what it does. The arms barely move in the slightest bit. So it's supposed to be covered in like a felt, so it's like fuzzy. So of course that makes it kind of get dirty and weird over time, so you can kind of see some of the browning spots. And then of course, you know, I wanted to touch it all the time as a kid. It was soft, squishy. It's got like a hole at the bottom. Squish, squish, squish. Cherry! Kind of scary cherry, actually, because sit in it and just decide to eat you alive with its mouth. So Cherry can indeed sit Pee-wee, and he looks great sitting on Cherry. Oh, thanks, Cherry, or something. Thank you. I swear it was just a joke from Paul Rubens to be like, and Cherry will be one of them, and it's just literally a chair packaged like an action figure, like card back. It's freaking hilarious to me. Cherry probably should have just came with the playset, but maybe this way, since it was individually packed for the budget, they could do the felt fuzzy feature on it. Definitely made me want to carry around Cherry a lot, because so soft with the felt. Or what do you call it? Flocking? I guess it's flocking. Yes. Flocked Cherry! You're welcome. But this figure, mint on card, is one of the funniest action figures of the times. So then there was also another subgroup of the mini characters, which were like a lot of the puppets and smaller characters on the show. So they kind of multi-packed them, so we had Globey and Randy, the jerk puppet that was an asshole. Yeah, screw you. Okay, he didn't really say that on the show, but... And then Globey, hey, my globe, hey. He's missing an arm, so I kind of want to open that mint on card one, so I have a... Because Randy's missing an arm as well. They're both missing an arm. I think because they're just not articulated, so I wanted to move them. I mean, the arms on Globey spin, and then the head, of course, spins, because it's a globe, is spinning globe. Oh, okay. But Randy was just like a static like figure, like locked in a pose, so I probably was always trying to bend the arms to do stuff, and you can't do that. It's just a piece. But it looks just like him on the show. You can use him to make fun of Pterri and be like, hey, Pterri, you suck. I'm glad they made these extra characters, but kind of doesn't make it very worth it to buy the figure like pack, because they're just kind of like static figures, but at least it was a way to have more of the characters from the show that way, so it's pretty cool. So the other mini characters pack, a little bit better. We got Jambi, the Genie, inside, and the Puppet Land Band. 3 characters there. We got Chicky Baby, Cool Cat, and Dirty Dog. Same price as the other figures, just a couple small little figures to populate your playhouse. We got Dirty Dog, who looks a little, couple bags under his eyes. Deputy Dog. This Dirty Dog, man, he played what's that, the bass play? Probably was pretty awesome. The people that designed the puppets getting like little figures of their puppets made, probably loved it. Dirty Dog, Cool Cat. I always like cats, so we liked Cool Cat. Hey, man, playing the bongos, man. Like a jazz band in the Playhouse, but they were tiny animal puppets. Whatever. It's Cool Cat. And Chicky Baby, who was looking a little rough with the texture here. I guess she just sang or did the poetry. My God, she just has one crazy eyeball, I guess. Oh, man. That is a little bit scary when you look at it. But that's the Puppet Land Band. A little more advanced of a figure quote. We got Jambi in his box here. It's got sparkly textures into the plastic, so it's pretty cool there. We got very colorfully painted doors and then a little jewel knob, so we can crack it open and see inside. Mechaleka. Oh, the door just fell off. These are the ones I played with as a kid. They're probably a little worn out. But we got Jambi in there. He's got a sweet prismatic background, because I think it was kind of a green screen psychedelic like background for him. And the Jambi head inside. Hey, what's your wish? And I think, yeah, you can turn it inside there, so you kind of open it up and he'd be upside down like, oh my God. Articulation. His head can turn. Disembodied head. Looks detailed in there. I mean, never took one out, but it looks like his turban has like some shiny bits and stuff. Looks like the whole thing's probably done, even though you can only see the front. So a pretty important one. They're kind of like accessories, these like minifigures, but they were like characters on the show technically. So that is all the figures. Very colorful lot. Pretty cool. We got a lot of soft goods like cloth parts to a lot of the figures. No action features or anything wacky like that, but just good figures. So it kind of set my expectation early on as a little kid of what action figures should be. They should look like the show they're from. You know, like these all are pretty accurate to the show. Watched it a lot as a kid, and then of course later on watching the movies more. Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Big Top Pee-wee that I watched way more. Watched Big Top Pee-wee the most. And I actually like that one. I think that's a really good comedy movie actually, like the way the plot and things are. My unpopular opinion that that movie is actually super underrated and awesome. I think people just desperately wanted it to be attached to the Big Adventure one, and it was kind of disconnected from that, so I don't know, I guess people had a hard time swallowing that one, but as a movie by itself, just with Pee-wee, it's actually got a lot of funny stuff in it. I'm just surprised they didn't do like action figures of his movies, like re-release the Pee-wee one and then just have maybe a few characters from Big Adventure and like have the bike, and then maybe even have a few for Big Top Pee-wee, have Vance the Pig and something like that. I would have been all over those for sure too, especially like later on when I'm watching the movies more than like the kids kind of show with Pee-wee's Playhouse. But a lot of adults watch it too because it wasn't really just like a learning kind of little kid show. It was like a lot more just entertainment, some of the crazy stuff and the humor of the show. So it was pretty widely appealing. It's still worth watching today. It's not like painful to watch like it's a little kid show that you'd struggle to get through. It's still highly entertaining every little bit. I mean, it changes a lot too. It kind of maybe almost set the bar for stuff like now that, oh, gotta keep that retention. You gotta keep us changing every few, you know, seconds or minutes. There's always something different happening in Pee-wee's Playhouse. So typically I'm opening up 90s action figures here. This is like my first set of figures, really. Very young, very early on, taking care of my figures. Most of them in okay shape. I mean, they're a little dirty and banged up, but typically what I open there is the other 90s figures there. These are from the 80s, the kind of adjacent time periods approximately, kind of bleed into 2000 sometimes. But if that's the kind of figures you want to see and learn about here, see up close a lot of sets, this is where you want to be, especially since we'll check out the Pee-wee's Playhouse Playset too. See how that goes. So stick around and get subscribed for that. Until next time!